Howdy, folks. I'm Reverend Eric Linder, aka I was Skydog Two Crows. And those two crows collided, and I got marked with the 7, and I'm Reverend 7th and 11 Crows because I've stepped up. I believe there's probably like 11 crows. If you take each one of those two, split them 1 and 1, beginning of life, end of life. That's my 11. Grateful Dead, the 11, all that. I'm highly intelligent, but highly annoying at times. That's because of PTSD, and because I had a delusion when I was a kid that I could be Johnny Appleseed, a discoverer, an astronaut, an Indian, free. For a while, I wanted to be a cop when I was a kid. I wanted to be in the Coast Guard. Marines tried drafting me. I wanted to be like my dad, but I wasn't in the government, or didn't really know what Dad did, you know. I knew when he was a lobsterman that I liked the sea and all that. So my talks are not traditional because I live alone. It's like the blues tune. I am a blues man now. I drink my coffee black, for real. I've been doing this for about 5 years, breaking away from some of the masses and the toxic people in my life. And it saved my life because I used to be someone who was suicidal. So when you buck this status quo and you eat chicken in bed from Sun On Chicken House, very good by the way. And when you've cut off your fingers and you still play slide guitar, and then you walk barefoot 5Ks, and then you grow pot, and I never learned the filter because I always thought that speech was free. And I used to have a guilty conscience and stuff. If I was told to fear the cops, even though I wasn't dealing drugs, I was doing them. I was doing acid and stuff like that. But I was working. I was keeping apartments. I was having places to put up friends. I was always the person opening the door to everyone else, lending money, then pissing you off till you're like, get the fuck out of my house, Skydog. You're fucking all about you. All right. But this memory is pretty sharp. And I didn't do the shit that I did just to be everyone's best friend. I did it because I thought people were in need. And then I saw when I was in need, very often those systems had failed me. And that's the nature of this. I'm seeing that it's not... When I got saved on the day that my friend died of fentanyl, hey, Bubs, want a little piece of chicken? I'll give you some. If that's legal, can I give my cat a piece of chicken? Here, it's legal chicken. It's not the legal seafood. We can't afford that shit, right? But this is just a rant because I do have a lot of views. I think that it's not so much a war between Republicans or Democrats or blacks or white, even though there's those tensions. It's our fear. It's our fear to be silent, to contradict family, to contradict friends, to sign the petitions, to get involved. We are raised to keep steady. And I try to follow within the law, but as I just recently gotten some legal heat over something I know I didn't do for upsetting people with stuff that was legal, but maybe not normal, or seemed normal. But I know that a black man, really cool kid actually, gave me the sweatshirt when I was cold on the psych ward I didn't belong on. After getting sectioned, after mouthing off to some cops who were helping some other cops, helped some other cops to punish me with a false narrative that I had somehow self-harmed or tried to even do that. He had even said that I had things on my wrist. Now, I have tried in good faith to reach out to all these cops, and I got sectioned a 3rd time for it, so now I'm looking for a criminal defense attorney. But I'm totally lucid, sane. I'm catching up on trying to find a heater. I'm eating chicken in bed, but I'm doing it safe. And I don't give a fuck about if this seems okay to you or acceptable, because most of my friends don't have a problem with it. And actually, when I'm not mouthing off, I noticed the cops aren't fucking banging on my door or shooting me. So I have to acknowledge my own bullshit. I have to understand I didn't approach that the right way. I flew off with the PTSD because I was dealing with cops and it seemed deliberate. I gave them what they wanted. I gave them the aggression. I gave them the fear back. I gave them the unstableness. I told them the shit that I shouldn't have fucking said but didn't report officially. Kind of asked for it. Even money I paid on those 5Ks, thinking that the fire department wouldn't turn around and be assholes to me. My mistake. I have a lot of faith in people. But it doesn't matter because I still support the community. There are a lot of good things. Brack's Landing will be coming on Thanksgiving, delivering I don't know if it was 800 or over 1,000 meals to people who are either disabled, low income like myself, can't get out, and thank God for that. The holidays are a very depressing time for many, and my heart's overwhelmed when I saw one of my friends who's gone through some hard stuff themselves invite, hey, I know that it's be hard for anyone to get here, but any of my friends who see this post, you're welcome to join us for Thanksgiving. And even though maybe no one will show up, I know if I hadn't made the invite, if I had Thanksgiving here, and I've done that sort of stuff before, no one's close enough or can take you up on it, or can get there. And that's how it was with family. And I kind of blamed them for a while, thinking they forgot about me, and how could they not see how much I was doing with my mom, and she is kind of pretty toxic, but this isn't about her. She's also alone now too by default. You can only run to a cop so much. You can only hurt my cat so many times before, I call bullshit on that. You like that? Where's your brother? Sir Mouse, want some chicken? You don't even eat chicken. Fuck it. Here, Bubs. You can have that piece. I'll get everything later. I'm still cleaning my place, but I'm trying to get furnace in this house. I've been without one since February. And when the cops came in here, when my hand was cut up and I had 2 weeks worth of trash because I had been sectioned needlessly and no one changed the cat box. And then they came a couple of days later when I was still injured. They had watched me climb through windows and stuff. They knew I was injured. I had let them in my house before. That was my mistake. I, in good faith, invited them in. That when I mouthed off, they used that as a reason to call the Board of Health on me. And that put me through a week of sleeplessness, pushing around beds with these 2 fingers don't even feel. And trying to make dump runs and all that shit. I had 12 days of my life that I couldn't work on getting my heating system. So I work by the phone. I call Housing Authority today. I said, hey, I'm just trying to follow up with that. The other people who are going to do the vents can't do it, and I haven't heard back from council of churches. You have to be proactive in what you're doing. I voted. I did all I can do. And now I'm at the mercy that I still have a court date I will have to appear from. I know that that a lot of it's bullshit. I know also that I was at fault for some of it, and just in the being there, and just in the accidentally cut my hand open. And I know that I met good people even in the process of getting yanked away to Pembroke Hospital, where I got to see the World Series. I got a ride home when I had to hitchhike home from Hyannis, and got to meet Officer Master Trooper Gay, who gave me a ride home to feed my cats. I even thanked them. So it really is a battle of wills. We're mirrors, and whoever you are, whether you see it or not, when you put out the ignorance or the fear or just apathy, maybe you be happily married or whatever, you're not happy inside though, because you're having to tune out a lot of shit. And I'm just living closer to my core, my beliefs that I kind of instilled in myself. I mean, I took the interest in the Native Americans. I was the one who got invited out to the Navajo Sundance and sweated with them at the end of the Sundance. I'm not Native. I'm considered nothing to most of them, including the tribe I've upset now, the Wampanoags. And shame on me for going down there and thinking they were worth the blessing at this point, but they are, we all are. And that's the only point of this. God bless. I'm going to go wipe up my hands and all that. I don't just throw food on the floor, if that's what anyone's thinking. I'm very health conscious, actually. And that's why I don't get along with a lot of my less than healthy family at times. And not all of them. I'm speaking very generally, and mostly about the people directly close to me, to this situation. That's all I'll say. God bless. Namaste. Shalom. Whatever. To his highest, grandfather. Ho Mitakiyasin. Whatever it is. Just be good. Be true to yourself. And trust that tomorrow can be better. And it's whatever we make it. Don't go overboard trying to help the wrong people, and don't trust everyone, because people change. And if you can trust yourself at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what people are saying or doing, or even any pain that bestows you, because you will have the fear of the unknown kind of out of your, it's out of your control, so you kind of stop worrying about it. That's been my only secret. And it was like a lot of near death shit brought me to that stuff that I wouldn't recommend to anyone. Like, never be careful with the Makita table saw. Never cut off your hands. Never need 3 surgeries. Never do any of that shit. Never try to, put up friends for a whole fucking summer. Never fucking, I still don't regret some of the money I've sent some people when they were really struggling. My friend Nepal. I don't regret doing the Wampanoag blessing, not knowing how it would turn out, or that it would be so ill received, or that I'd accidentally cut myself on a candle. And I was a little bit I shouldn't have broken any candles. That was actually kind of a ceremonial like thing or whatever. I had no right to break any glass there. And that was my only real thing. I tied a couple pieces of ripped shirt and a sign. I didn't destroy any property. I know that much. And I didn't cut my wrists. I've already had that documented by doctors. I have to go to a hand neurologist for this shit. So whatever you're dealing with, it will pass, and just make it the best you can. It's my message. Peace.